Hello, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium once again. Um, I think maybe I should take a big picture look at what the world is and maybe lay out as much of it as I can for you to see. In a metaphysical, psychic healing, you know, kind of way. It take a long time to explain it all, but basically we were born with the abilities to heal ourselves and to read each other. That's the big picture. Um, and I think probably centuries ago we did. You know, we were hunting our food with a stick and a rock, but we had these abilities and used them. Why? And why don't we use them today? Because the real world tells us we can't or shouldn't. That's the truth of it. All the junk you've got in your head, if you could shake it and it had all dropped to the floor, you'd say, oh, I can do that. It's pretty simple. But you grow up in a society that tells you can't do these things because it's of a religion or a witch belief or something that scares you out of doing it or attempting it. And, ooh, can't do that. The unknown. We don't want to know about the unknown. The unknown's only unknown until it's known. I mean, we thought the Earth was flat, and people kept going out there in ships and not coming back. We thought they fell off the edge of the world. It was flat. The world was flat. It's amazing that huge numbers of people still believe that, even though we have been to the moon and sent things to Mars. People still believe the world's flat. You can't dissuade them. But we're living with a flatlander mentality that this stuff doesn't thrive in. You can't do that. You need a pill. You need a shot. You need a psychiatrist. You need a psychologist for your mental issues instead of getting down in there and solving it yourself, which we used to do. Of course, the world was simpler then. Probably had one change of clothing. He had one bearskin rug to wear, and that was it. Some sandals you made yourself. But life was simple. You didn't have televisions and cell phones and getting on airplanes to fly places. And now the construct of the world is so complex that we can't understand a single thing we're doing. So in the origins of man, we had the ability to heal ourselves. Energy healing was quite common. It's sort of becoming common again. But the ability to read each other and know what intentions are and to predict things into the future, these things have always been in us. We shut those things off. Those parts in our little brain are just dark. There's no sunshine in there. It's like you're living in a cave. Why? Because society has told us not to go there. It's taboo, something not to do. If you do that, the evil sun god will burn you to a crisp, or you'll go to hell, whatever you want to believe. It's always some bugaboo. You can't do this. Why? Because somebody before me told me that, and that's what I believe. You're living under old programming. This old programming, all of this is. And I actually wrote a class I may teach. Got it here somewhere. I'm working on it. Change your programming, change your life. How to go in and reprogram yourself to change the way you do things. For instance, if you're always having bad results in everything that you do? What makes you think that manifesting is going to work for you? If you keep dating the same loser over and over, different guys, same guy, your programming is that. How do you change your programming? It's done at the subconscious level, and it can be done. I did it. I did it for years. I just didn't talk about it, but it's quite effective. I'm the result of reprogramming myself. Just like you would take your remote and block out certain channels or enhance certain channels, or take your phone and put apps on it and take apps off of it, that's all you're doing. You're allowing things to happen that you're blocking now. You're changing what's available. So sometime in August, I probably have a class that I can teach. Actually, it's already done. It's in the book. It's sitting here because I know it. I did it for 40 years. Change your programming, change your life. No, it's not easy, but it's doable because I did it. I'm a pretty simple guy. And the simpler you are, the easier this stuff works. More complex and yakety, and you listen to things and your brain never shuts off. Those are the people that can't manifest anything. They're living under an old program, probably their parents. Which, if your parents were self-destructive, you're self-destructive. It's not your program. It may be your great-grandparents to your grandparents, to your parents, to you. It's the same programming. That's why so many people in the family are lawyers, because it started way back in 1800. Now and they're all lawyers because that's all they do. They're programmed to think like lawyers. The guy that breaks the mold and says, I want to be a daycare worker, and goes out and does that, that's someone that's reprogrammed themselves. It's not easy, but it's doable. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a big worldly view. Keep your hate mail. Don't send it here. But that's the truth of it. And this channel's always trying to be about the truth. What would it benefit me to lie to you? I'm the guy that's trying to help. So we don't tell lies around here. Anyway, change your programming, change your life. Probably coming in August. It's already written. I just need to do it. But it's already written. It's written in my head 4 decades ago, 5 decades ago. Somewhere in the early 60s. Anyway, June the 13th, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA, we have Go Live free readings. You know how that's done. Subscribe to the channel. 2 o'clock on Sunday, June the 13th. You log in the chat room and ask questions. My wife and I, Bunny, and I'll answer them. June, June is my, I think it's June the 20th. Yeah. June the 20th. That's the self-healing class. That's available on my website. That's sold out. You can't get a seat to it. That's June the 20th, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA. I repeated that. Let's see, June the 27th, a week after that, it's Go Live Free Healing, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA, where we have someone in the chat room at 2 o'clock submit themselves for healing, and we all join in and send them our energy. It's quite powerful. I turned red all over. July the 25th, that's a ways from now, we have another self-healing class. That's a paid-for event. You can purchase it on my website, www.garychampion.com. It has some people already signed up for it, but that's July the 25th, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA, Skype. These are just Skype classes. The free things are YouTube, the healing and the readings night, those are YouTube. These are Skype. So you have to download Skype, and I can help you with that. So that's everything. June the 13th, free readings. June 20th, self-healing Skype class. June 27th, free Go Live healing. These are all 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA. Self-healing class, July 25th. That's a paid-for event. And coming in August, probably a class. And I'm sort of hesitant to even offer it because it's not hard to do. It's just you have to repeat it. People think they can do it once and all magically everything gets fixed. It's just not true. Change your programming, change your life. It's probably the cause of most suffering that people have. All the anguish and wrong jobs, wrong people they're married to, wrong mates, girlfriends, boyfriends, wrong situations of every kind. Or now, if you have good programming, forget you ever heard this because you're fine. People with good programming can manifest all day long. And that's another class I need to offer, and I'm working on it. I have a series of classes I'm working on. There's a manifesting class, but you have to have good programming to do it. You can't have bad programming. Well, every time I manifest, it turns out terrible. What makes you think it's going to be different? Till you change your programming, you keep repeating yourself because your program tells you to. If I hit this D key on this computer, it's going to print a D every time. I keep doing the same thing. The program doesn't change. You have to go in and reprogram it, which takes time and effort, and most people are lazy. So I'm gonna probably put something up there for August. If no one signs up for it, I won't give it. I'm happy either way. It's a hard class to give. Easy to do if you're in the class, but you have to repeat it often. So anyway, that's what's going on. Lots of stuff. We're all healers. We're all psychic mediums, and probably greater than that. We probably all have the ability to astral project and all kinds of things that we don't do because we've been talked out of it. What we get are eat your broccoli. It's good for you. Or eat that liver. It's got a lot of iron in it. Yeah, but they don't taste good. So I never listened to that. Anyway, I have a new alien sighting. I thought I'd show you this. I was in the mall the other day, and crossing right in front of me was an alien. Everybody's getting home, but you see he has no arms. He came here thinking he didn't need arms. He eats with his feet. But as you can see, he's deformed. It looks like he's got his arms inside of his t-shirt, but that's not true. He's just an alien. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.